especial de hoje está super rock and roll. Já deu pra sacar, né? Hoje é dia de Jimi Hendrix, por muitos considerado o melhor guitarrista de todos os tempos. Nós vamos mostrar como foi o dia de abertura da mostra Hear My Train A Coming, em homenagem ao Jimi. Você vai ver como foi de verdade a explosão do fenomenal guitarrista que abalou as estruturas do rock, revolucionando a maneira de tocar guitarra e fazendo apresentações bombásticas. No último episódio nós mostramos como foi o show solo do Marcelo Gross, guitarrista da banda Cachorro Grande, no Centro Cultural São Paulo. A apresentação foi tão legal que vamos dar uma lambuja. Mais Marcelo Gross pra vocês. Alguns dias depois do show no Centro Cultural São Paulo, o Gross me ligou me convidando para uma exposição em homenagem ao Jimi Hendrix. Eu pirei e lá fomos nós.
Jane, welcome. Bem-vinda.
It is an incredible honor to be here with you today to celebrate the opening of the Sao Paulo Museum exhibit dedicated to the life and musical legacy of Jimi.
É uma grande honra estar aqui com vocês hoje para comemorar a abertura dessa exposição dedicada à vida e ao legado musical de Jimi.
It is also our pleasure to have worked collaboratively with the Experience Music Project and the country of Brazil to bring this project to fruition.
É também um enorme prazer ter contado com a colaboração do Experience Music Project e do país, do Brasil, para realizar este projeto.
Hey Joe, very much for coming to hear my train and come in Hendrix Hits London. I'm Jacob McMurray. I'm the senior curator at the EMP Museum in Seattle. And this is actually the 7th Hendrix exhibition that we've done in the last 15 years, and the first one that we brought to South America. So it's very exciting to have this here. And this exhibition really focuses on the first 9 months that Hendrix was in London. So from September 24th, 1966, when he landed in London, to the point where he flew back to the US to play at the Monterey Pop Festival on June 18th, 1967. And in that 9 months, he played 120 shows, released 3 hit singles, a hit album, and went from being kind of an unknown musician on the British scene to the top of the British music charts. And so for me, it's a really exciting trip in the exhibition to go really in depth through that 9 months. So as we walk through, I'll kind of tell stories about the various things Jimmy was doing through that time. And since we have so many people, I'll try to talk as loud as I can, but we'll just see how it goes. Look, and that was a look that wasn't really happening anywhere else at the time, but so you can see this really beautiful colors and vibrant fabrics, and this was very much in contrast to what Jimmy was wearing just a few years ago, years prior, when he was playing throughout the U.S. As backing band, as part of the backing band for musicians like the Isley Brothers and Ike and Tina Turner and Little Richard. And with those bands, he was having to wear, you know, sort of identical white mohair suits and do choreographed moves. But when he came to London, he could really show his personality and wear these fabulous outfits. And you'll notice this particular green outfit right here. This is featured in this silent footage right here, which is of Jimmy on January 29, 1967, opening for The Who. So this is one of the very first suits that he would have worn, right here. As we come around the corner, you'll see a great display of Jimmy's jewelry. And some of the jewelry reflects his Native American heritage, it reflects his time in London, and various aspects of his personality, if you look closely. And then on the far wall here, we have a wall that's dedicated to Mitch Mitchell, the drummer for The Experience. And Mitch was really, at the time of The Experience forming, he was the most famous person in The Experience because he had been in a number of different bands in the British scene, including the Riot Squad and Georgie Fame and the Blue Flames. He was also a male model and had been on as a child star in the BBC. And we can see in the case some of his crazy, outrageous outfits that he wore, including this map jacket that was made by Granny Takes a Trip, which is another bespoke clothier in London. This cape has Beatle boots from earlier, before he was in The Experience, and a jalaba that Graham Nash of Crosby, Stills and Nash gave him. And then on this side, we have one of the earliest existing pieces of Hendrix handwritten lyrics. This is the lyrics for Love or Confusion, which is, appears on Are You Experienced? And it was actually written in November of 1966, so a month after he arrived in London. And it's written on Hyde Park Towers Stationery, which was the hotel that he was staying at when he first arrived in London. And the lyrics are very faint because he wrote them in red ink, and red ink fades over time when exposed to light. But then as we go along this wall and then throughout the exhibit, we're really going to go in depth through that 9 months that Hendrix was in London. And in our archives at the museum, we have over 6,000 objects related to Jimi Hendrix, including a full set of British music weeklies that kind of go over Hendrix through that period. So I tried to tell through as much as possible what the people that were seeing Hendrix at that time were thinking about Hendrix. So we have Jimi Hendrix, very early on in November of '66, records "Hey Joe," which was his first single. "Hey Joe" was a cover, so it was important for the B-side of that "Hey Joe" single that he have one of his own songs. So this is the publication contract for Stone Free, which was his first original composition with the Experience.